Record 11 here. Um, Moonlighter is a game that I have played on and off for years. I barely got like I say years, but as long as it's been out, I think. Um, I played it on console, and then when I got a PC, I bought it a PC. It just never touched it. I never got past any of the game. I've never played more than like a day of it. So I'm gonna start going through and just playing it, and just I guess talking about how I feel when playing the game, basically. So yeah, let's just jump into that real fast. So after we start a new game, basically we're introduced to this 60-second little story intro, which is honestly I think really good. I think more games should have like a very quick cinematic thing like this that lasts less than a minute. Not because of attention span or anything, but just because you don't. It's hard to explain. I don't think that we need something in a game that's like going to be like more than 30 minutes long just to explain the basic story. I think that should be more throughout the quests and everything of the game. Next was a short tutorial of the all the movements and stuff of the game, and I mean, this actually was perfect. I mean, simple to the point, and it helped you understand the basic movements. I mean, there's like probably one, two, four command keys used, and I totally, definitely did not die here at this point and have to redo that one room just because I didn't press the button. But um, yeah, it self-explanatory, especially like getting here at the attacking. It gave me a mop to attack with, which was very unique, and I just so yeah. I think after this last room right here, it basically is like not a soft block. No, the next room it is. Um, so that's not the heart attack chest, but I think this next room is a soft lock thing where you aren't meant to win it. If I can stop checking chests, meant to win it. Basically, it overloads you with the different enemies and you'll see. So yeah. From this point on, we are introduced to this old command character who I guess just continues more of the story after we get done with uh, the movement intro, I'm going to call it. And honestly, this old man talks so much about the other part of the game. So first you have the dungeon part, but now, as you can see, he's entering a shop, which you also own the shop. And I need to speed this up because that guy walks a little slow. But anyways, he does this point to show us more of the background, everything. He starts talking, and honestly, this was like the slowest part for me to get through. And I didn't want to press A because I wanted to like get all the little things, but it took forever. So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Also wanted to point out that this has a little small Legend of Zelda little Easter egg right here. The it's dangerous to go alone line, which is really very fun to see. So now we're being introduced to the second part of the gameplay loop. So basically, um, you run this shop, which is called the Moonlighter, which is why the game's called the Moonlighter, but or the game's called Moonlighter. But basically, right now he's going to go through and just show me the very basics of how to run the shop and how to price the items. And then he goes into this whole little spew about supply and demand. And I mean, I understand it for like gameplay and telling you, hey, you can't sell this for too cheap, you can't sell this for too much. But I think the whole supply and demand kind of thing could have not been talked about. It could have, basically been reserved So, other than that, it's pretty fun, but I will say more about the game loop in just a second. So while he starts going on a little speed, let me just go over the basic game loop, which is what I've experienced. So you have two parts. You have run the store and then dungeon crawl. You run the store to sell loot that you get from the dungeon to make money to upgrade your gear. But you also go in the dungeon to get loot to sell and get loot that you also need to upgrade your gear, which makes you dive deeper into the dungeon to get higher loot, which gets you higher sellable loot and stronger material to make your thing. So that's the whole thing, really. It's just like the loot that you're getting in the dungeon is also the loot you're selling and also upgrading your gear with, which I like this concept. It's kind of like this. I'm gonna say same thing as Stardew Valley, but I mean, it kind of is the same concept, but instead of running a farm, you're running a store, and instead of farming, you're crawling in a dungeon. So I've so far played about 3 hours of this game, and this video is was only taken from about 30 minutes of actual gameplay and 30 minutes of intro stuff. Sorry about that yawn. But basically, I'm gonna continue playing it and probably start streaming it on my channel. But overall, the game is fun. I think the gameplay loop might get a little boring for me very soon, just because it's a very minimal game loop where you literally go to the dungeon, get loot, go back and sell it to get stronger loot to go back to the dungeon to get more loot, and you just cycle back and forth. I mean, there's other smaller things you can do in the game, like I think there's a town hall, or not town hall, there's a center hall thing where you can buy more stores to come in, which gives you more loot to last longer at the dungeon. So like, but the main story that I've seen of the game is just to get to the 5th dungeon, which is the furthest dungeon. In order to that, you need to go through all the previous dungeons and get their keys from defeating the big bosses in the game. So I'm just gonna play more of the game and just see how I basically like it, and we'll go from there, and I'll make another video once I play more of the game. So yeah, thanks for watching this little video, and I hope y'all like and subscribe basically, yeah. So till next time, bye.